It took me almost 2 years to start making serious money with faceless YouTube channels. Yeah, so when I started I was flat broke, no money, just a dream that this could work. Today, not even 2 years later, I make a full-time income from my faceless channels and work from absolutely anywhere in the world, all thanks to YouTube automation. For this video, I've gathered all my YouTube knowledge into a full, in-depth course that will teach you how to start your own monetizable, faceless channel with AI. After watching this video, you'll have the entire blueprint I use to make thousands of dollars every single month. I will go through everything from how to find good topics, write engaging scripts, generate a voiceover, design your own character, create visuals, editing, and even how to monetize your channel. And no, I'm not talking about ad revenue. I'm talking about a brand new way to monetize faceless channels that not many people talk about. To make things easy for you to follow, I will break down a niche that has gone absolutely viral in the last couple of months. Literally, channels in this niche are, to this day, getting hundreds of thousands of views and make solid 10K a month. The craziest part is that their videos are created entirely with AI. The niche I'm talking about is the philosophy niche. It's kind of a broad niche, I know. I want to leave some room for imagination so that you can implement what you'll learn in this video and start your own unique channel. Anyways, these channels are creating longer documentary-style videos about philosophy, like why intelligent people scare society or the dark side of goodness. This channel, for example, called Psychotic, is bringing in around $10,000 just from ad revenue. And in reality, it's a lot more than that when counting in all of their other income sources. Before you get too excited though, I just have to say that YouTube does require 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time to monetize your channel, which can be a real pain in the ass as you're starting out. If you want to skip the grind to 1,000 subscribers, where you initially won't earn a single dollar, there are websites like Monetized Profiles, where you can buy pre-monetized channels. They're all organic and have a Western audience, meaning their RPM is as high as it can get. So trust me, the accounts do work. Usually it takes around 6 months to get a channel monetized, but with these, you can earn ad revenue on your first post. So if you're in the market for such accounts, feel free to use my code GROW with AI and get a little discount, and it actually helps me out more than you think. Now, before we get into the tutorial, I just want to tell you that this is not one of those dopamine hitting, high-paced videos you're used to. This will be a slower paced video with full transparency. I'll show you absolutely everything from start to finish, every button I press to create these videos. I've studied all the most successful channels in this niche and created an 11-step blueprint that I'll break down step by step for you guys. If you follow all of these steps, you will go from being a beginner to a YouTube automation expert. First, we're going to analyze our competition. I picked out some of the most successful channels in the philosophy niche and done a full breakdown of their strategies and the main takeaways we can use when creating our own video. I'll also show you how much these channels are making and all their income sources like ad revenue, affiliate marketing, communities, and all that stuff. Next, we'll find a viral topic with AI. Then, we're going to use AI to generate a script and create a custom character. Next, we'll create visuals in Leonardo AI. Then, before we get into the editing, I'll show you how to find monetizable music. After that, we'll put it all together in CapCut and turn it into a Netflix-style documentary. Once the video is ready, I'll show you my step-by-step blueprint I use to create all my thumbnails. Then, I'll show you what upload settings I use and how to optimize your video for SEO. When we've posted the video, I'll show you how you can monetize your channel and actually make money from it. To make things easy for you, I've created this document with all the steps and tools we'll be going through in this video. It's basically a step-by-step checklist with all the steps that go into creating these videos. So as we're creating this video, I'll check these boxes to make sure we're not missing any steps. I figured this would make it easier for you guys when creating these videos yourself. I really suggest you get it because there's quite a lot of steps that go into this and it can get pretty confusing unless you have it all mapped out. It's in the free resources channel in my free community. You can just join and grab it as you wish. It's super simple and will take you no more than a minute to do. However, this is really where you'll find the most value. If you want to take this seriously, this is where I drop the stuff I can't fit into these videos on YouTube. It's literally free value you won't find anywhere else for absolutely $0. So now that you have the document ready, let's get into creating the actual video. So as you can see, the first step is obviously to create a channel. To begin with, you want to head over to YouTube and click on your profile picture. Then you want to hit switch account and you'll see all your active channels. Since we want to create a new one, you want to click on view all channels. You'll then be taken to this page where you want to press create new channel. Next, you want to fill in this box with your username. If you already have a name in mind, just type it in here and hit create. If not, we can use AI to come up with one. To do this, you first want to head over to ChatGPT. Then you want to copy this prompt that you'll find in the document document and paste it into ChatGPT. I've already filled it in with my niche and competitors, but you can really use this prompt regardless of your niche. Just switch the word philosophy with your own niche and the names of the competitors. Next, you want to hit generate, and it'll give you 10 name suggestions to choose from. I think this one sounds really good, so I'll just copy it and head back to YouTube and paste. Now, you want to hit create and your channel will be ready, but we can't really leave it like this. So the next step is to customize our channel with a description, profile picture, and all that stuff. Start off by clicking on customize channel, and you'll be taken to this page where you can change your username and add a description. First, you want to add a handle. This is basically your channel's unique username, and since it's unique, you can't have the same handle as any other channel. So chances are high that your username will already be taken by someone else. In this case, you just want to go with something as close as possible, like adding an extra letter, something like this. Once you've found one, it's time to create a description with AI. Now, you want to head back over to the document and copy this prompt and paste it into ChatGPT. We're basically telling it to generate an engaging description packed with keywords that'll optimize our channel's SEO and to keep it between 100 to 150 words. So just hit enter and it'll write the entire description for you. I'd recommend you read it through and make sure everything looks good. Now you want to head over to the branding section. Here, you'll be able to upload a profile picture, which we're going to create right now. To do this, head back over to ChatGPT and paste in this prompt that you'll find in the document. If you're creating a channel in the philosophy niche, you'll probably be able to use the same prompt I'm using. Otherwise, just adjust it to whatever niche your channel is in. Now hit generate and it'll give you a detailed description of the image. But we can't really do much with this, so ask it to turn the design idea into a text prompt. This way, we'll get a detailed prompt we can use in any AI image generator you want. For this tutorial, I'll use Leonardo AI since they have some crazy features, and of course, it's free, but you can really go with any image generator out there like Midjourney, which will probably give you a better result. But at the same time, it's expensive. So once you're in the image generator, make sure you have the aspect ratio set to 1:1. This will make the image be in a square shape, which is exactly what we want when creating a profile picture. I also like to set the number of images to 4, so I have a couple of them to choose from. Next, you want to copy the image prompt from ChatGPT that you generated earlier and paste it into Leonardo. Hit generate and wait for the images to be created. Now, pick the one you like best and download it. Then, head back over to YouTube and upload it. Now, lastly, we need to optimize our channel's SEO with keywords. SEO stands for search engine optimization. It's basically a way to make it easier for people to find our channel through search keywords. Think about when you Google something, the website that appears at the top, or at least rank high without paid ads. They have really good SEO. Google wants to show their page. In order for us to get the same results for our YouTube channel, click on settings and go to the tab that says channel. Here, you'll see a box where you can enter keywords related to your niche. To find keywords, I like to use ChatGPT and ask it to provide me with a list of keywords related to the philosophy niche. Now, just copy each keyword and paste it into YouTube. Once done with that, you want to hit save and our channel is all set. First, you gotta find competitors. To do this, I like to open up YouTube in incognito mode, basically without being logged into an account. Then, you wanna search up main keywords in your niche. In this case, words like philosophy and psychology. Then, you wanna find the channels that get the most views. A good sign is that there are lots of smaller channels pushing a lot of views. Let's say a channel with 120k subs that gets 300k plus views on multiple videos. This means YouTube's pushing their videos to audiences outside of the subscribers. So I found 3 channels that are creating videos in a similar niche. You'll find the link to all of them in the document. The first channel is called Cyphos. They have 60,000 subscribers and 2 million views. They're creating these long philosophy and psychology videos that consist of basically just images, some text, and a voiceover. They don't have any character or anything like that, and they don't even animate the images, which is something I'll teach you how to do later on. The second channel is this one called Arcane Vault. They have quite a similar style, with a bit more editing, but most of their videos are just images with a few transitions. As you can see, they're making a couple $1,000s a month from ad revenue. Now lastly, we have this channel called Psychotic. They post these long documentaries about how some habits affect your mind, like why intelligent people don't care about social life. It's literally just what looks to be AI-generated images and a voiceover. I really like the style of their videos, so we'll take some inspiration from this channel once we start creating the video. One thing they're really doing well is in their titles. They're starting each title with a hook that spikes curiosity and interest in the viewer. Plus, they use the same thumbnail style. This way, they're branding their channel so that people know it's their video. I figured we'll do something similar with our own video, but more on that later. As you can see, some of their videos are up to 40 minutes long, so it's safe to say they're making a good amount just from ad revenue. Social Blade says they're making 10k a month, but I'd guess it's a lot more, since their videos are so long.
That's what she said!
and they're actually not monetizing their channel in any way outside of ad revenue. Later on in this video, I'll show you guys 3 ways you can monetize a channel like this outside of ad revenue. Now that we've got a better understanding of the competition, it's time to get into the actual video creation. So the first thing we gotta do is to come up with a viral topic. Here's one important thing for you to take away from this video. Your topic is literally 90% of the reason whether your video goes viral or not. No one cares if you have the greatest quality if your topic sucks. And it goes the same way around. A video with a great topic can go viral with terrible quality if the topic interests people. I see too many channels overlook this step and create videos on topics absolutely no one cares about, and they all end up with no views at all. Since we're creating videos in the philosophy niche, which is quite an evergreen niche, there's not really any trends we gotta take into account. Instead, we can take inspiration from our competitors and their best performing videos. Let's take this channel we talked about earlier. All of their best performing videos are about people and mind and so on. Each one of them is getting thousands of views, which tells us it's a proven concept. Now, to get our topic, head over to a website called Tactic. You can find the link in the document. Here, we're gonna paste the link of one of our competitors. So just copy the link from YouTube and paste it. Hit transcribe, and the AI will then analyze and transcribe the video in seconds. Now, copy the script you just transcribed, and you are ready to create your own original script. To do that, open ChatGPT and paste the script into the prompt box. Now delete the first few lines above the script. Next, scroll down to the middle of the script, select the rest from that point, and delete it. And don't worry about not including the end of the script. ChatGPT got you, trust me. Now click Generate, and you're ready for the next step. Ask ChatGPT to remove the timestamps from the script. This way, you'll get a clean, smooth script without any messy timestamps, making it easy to transform into your own original script. Now, to create your own script, ask ChatGPT to write a completely original version of the script you provided. And here's the important part. Paste this prompt and choose how long you want the script to be. Since this is a tutorial and I don't want to bore you guys out, I'll set it to 4 minutes, but you can really go with any length you want. Just look at the channel I showed you earlier. All of their videos are anywhere from 15 to 40 minutes long, so there's really no limit to it. Truth is, longer videos perform better on YouTube. Let me give you an example. You have 2 channels that post the exact same quality videos. They're the same length, topics, everything is identical. If one of them would actually post videos where everything is still the same, but the length of the content is way longer than the competitor, the channel posting the longer videos would win. In the long run, this is a crucial concept to understand when looking at how to overtake a competitive niche. So yeah, click on Generate, and in a couple of seconds, ChatGPT will write the entire script for you. I just want to make it clear before I show you the results from ChatGPT. If you have the time, write the scripts yourself. If you learn how a viral script is built, it will help you so much. I really mean it. Just analyze how the competitors write their scripts and try to write them yourself. The first one's gonna suck, but we're in this for the long run anyways. You don't have to spend a lot of time editing this script, but I'd still recommend you read it through a couple of times just to make sure everything looks good. Yo G, what's up?
Hi, and good to be back. It's a big tutorial you're doing here, right?
Yeah, we're going through absolutely everything there is to know about this stuff.
I see. So you've created your script.
Any idea what to do next?
It's now time to generate a voiceover.
I always use 11 Labs for this, since they have the most realistic voices, and it's really cheap. If you don't already have an account, you can just sign up with your Gmail or Google account. It only takes a couple of seconds. Here on the home page, you want to click on the tab that says Voices. Here, you've got 2 options. You can either go with one of their pre-made voices, or you can create your own voice, which generally is a lot better. The thing is, most of their pre-made voices have already been used millions of times, and people will have heard it before. Instead, if you're looking to brand your channel and make people recognize it, you want to create something unique for your channel, and it's really super simple to do. Click on this button that says Voice Design, and you'll be able to design it yourself. There's really no right or wrong here. You just want to create a voice that fits your niche. Since I'm no voice actor, I will ask ChatGPT what to fill these boxes with. So head over to ChatGPT and paste this prompt in. You can obviously change this prompt to get the right voice to your niche, and once you have the prompt ready, paste it in the prompt section right here and try generating it a couple of times till you get one you like, and hit Select Voice. Then you name it so you know which one it is, and click on Save Voice. Now, to actually use the voice for your content, go to the Text-to-Speech tab and choose the voice you just created. The mistake I see a lot of people make is generating the entire script at once. Don't do this. It can make the voiceover you generate sound kind of robotic, and we'd want to avoid that if possible. Watching a video that sounds unnatural and weird to watch will throw off the viewer. Instead, you want to paste in 1 paragraph at a time. So start off by copying the first paragraph from the script document and paste it into 11 Labs. tabs. I wouldn't recommend you change these settings here unless you know what you're doing. It can just end up making your voice sound kind of weird as well. Now hit generate speech and wait a couple of seconds. Here, you'll see that your voiceover has been generated, and you can click the little play button here to preview it. So listen through it so that it sounds natural. Sometimes the software is lagging and gives you really weird sounding voiceovers. It'll be a pain in the ass if you realize that when you've already edited your whole video. Once you've confirmed it sounds good, you want to click on this button to the right and download it. The rest is really simple. Just repeat this process till you've generated the entire script. So I'll just speed up this process and get back to you when I'm done. So now that we have the entire voiceover ready, it took me no more than a minute. However, the AI generated voiceovers often have these small, unnatural pauses in them. So basically what we want to do is implement a little trick that I'll show you in a bit. It's actually really simple, so you don't need any special knowledge. What you want to do is open up CapCut and create a new project. Now, import all the voiceover files by pressing the upload tab here and just selecting the file of the voiceovers. Then add them to the timeline and make sure they're in the right order. After that, you want to click on this button to the right and switch to split mode. Now, make cuts like this. Every time there's a silent moment, one where the pause begins and one where it ends. Then, just repeat this on the entire voiceover till you've cut out all the pauses. Next, select the silent moments you just cut out, hit the delete button, and drag the clips together like this. Now again, repeat this process on the entire voiceover till all the silent moments are deleted. By cutting out all the pauses, the video will get a higher pace and be more engaging to the viewer. Like literally every single creator that's big does this. It's the biggest engagement hack and basically takes no time to do. Just listen to the difference.
Have you ever felt like thinking too much is a lonely road?
Now click export. In the top right, check the box that says audio and uncheck the one that says video. This way, it'll be exported as an MP3 file, which will make things a lot easier moving forward. So just name it and hit export.
Good job so far, and you've learned a lot since last time.
Yeah, I know. But you know, I want to create something really unique here. Something none of the competitors are doing. Have any ideas, G?
So, I looked through your character analysis, and something I noticed was that neither of them have a character.
So your advice is,
You should create a unique character for each video. That's all I can tell you.
faceless YouTube channels with a character have been proven to perform really well. I mean, just look at mine. Also, I noticed that almost no other channels in our niche are doing this, so it'll absolutely give us a competitive advantage. It's also a really big thing if you want to brand your channel more. At least in my opinion, you should always brand your channel. If your audience recognizes your channel through a character, it'll be much easier later on to build an actual brand and sell products once your channel is established. I'll do this part in Leonardo AI. So to start off, you want to head over to ChatGPT and use yet another prompt. I've already prepared it. You'll find it in the Google Doc. We're basically asking ChatGPT to generate a design idea for an older, philosophy-themed avatar. Since the topic is philosophy, this prompt probably won't be useful for you unless you're creating a philosophy-related video. But it's good to have some inspiration when you write your own. Basically, you just want to create a character with a connection to your topic. When you get your prompt ready, hit generate. Now, copy the prompt and head over to Leonardo AI. Before we generate it, you want to make sure you've set the image dimensions to 16:9. I also recommend you set the number of images to 4 so you have a couple to choose from. Now hit generate and wait a couple of seconds for the images to load. They're all looking really cool, but I think this one is the best since the person is looking straight into the camera, which will make it a lot easier to animate. So once you found one you like, download the image. Now, the next step is to animate our character so that it looks like it's talking, which is actually really easy to do. Basically, we're going to insert the voiceover into an AI software along with the picture we just generated, and the software will then animate our image so that it looks like our character is the one saying it. To do this, you want to head over to this website called DID. But if you want your character to be talking, you want to invest some money here. They have a free plan, but when you try to export it, they'll throw watermarks all over the screen, and there's no way around it. But the good thing is, once you start earning, this ends up being a small price to pay compared to how much you can actually make. Also, there are other websites like DubDub, for example. You can use that as well, and if you want me to guide you how to create this talking avatar in DubDub as well, just join my free community, tag me in chat, and I'll guide you. I will give you links for both in the document. Anyway, once you are signed up, you want to click on Avatar Video. Now, what you want to do here is to click on Upload and upload the character that we created in Leonardo. You can now choose emotion of your character and movement as well. However, I would recommend you to stick with natural as an emotion since we are creating a serious video here. Next, click on Script to the left, and here, select Audio option and upload your audio file. Then, you want to click on Generate Video, and it will automatically animate the image into a talking character. After waiting a couple of minutes, this is the result. And as you can see, it looks really good. Hit download and we are done. The next step now is to generate all of the images that will show along with the character. Because if the whole video is the character just sitting there and talking, it's gonna be shit. Then you might as well not upload anything at all. Honestly, we have to stimulate and paint up the picture of our story more, and images are often a good way to do it. So, the first thing you want to do is generate text prompts. For this, I've actually prepared a prompt in the document for you to copy that you can use for pretty much anything. As you can see, we're telling ChatGPT that we're going to play a game where ChatGPT is my prompt generator. Then we tell it to turn each paragraph of our script into 5 different text prompts that match the storyline. So first, you want to copy this prompt, paste it into ChatGPT, and generate it. Next, you want to open up the script document, copy the first paragraph, and paste it into ChatGPT. It'll then give you 5 detailed prompts we can use in Leonardo. But before we start generating them in Leonardo, you want to repeat this process till you have a full conversation like this with prompts for the entire script. So I'll just speed up this process and get back to you when I'm done. Okay, so I've generated prompts for the entire script. This means we can actually head over to Leonardo again and start generating. I'm on their $12 a month plan, which is really cheap, and it's been enough for me. But again, if you're looking to create these longer 20+ minutes videos, you might need to get a package with more credits. Once you're ready on the website, you want to click on image creation. Before we start generating though, we have to change the settings a bit to fit the vibe of the video. I'll use one of their presets called Leonardo Phoenix and set the image dimensions to 16:9. When it comes to the number of images, you can really go with whatever you like. I'll go with 1, but if you have some credits to spend, it might be a good idea to set it to 2, so you have a couple to choose from. Now what you want to do is head back over to ChatGPT, copy the first prompt, and paste it to Leonardo. Then you want to add the words ultra realistic at the end, since that will make the result even better. Now you want to hit generate and wait a couple of seconds for it to be created. As you can see, it looks good and has that mysterious philosophy vibe we're looking for. So yeah, now that you know that, it's time to get to work. Head back over to ChatGPT, copy the second prompt, and paste it into Leonardo. Once again, we just want to repeat this process until all prompts are generated. This will probably take a while, so I'll speed this part up slightly and get back to you when I'm done. Alright, so I've generated all the images, and as you can see, our lineup looks pretty solid. When you're done with all the images, you just want to download all of them. Now that I have all the images downloaded, we can move on to the next step of creating the video, which is to find some music. There are 2 ways you can go about this. First one being that you have great music skills, and find music yourself. Second one being you have no clue, and use the prompt I put into the document. What you want to do is copy it and paste it into ChatGPT. We're basically describing the kind of video we're creating, and then ask it to give us suggestions of music that would fit. So hit generate, and it'll give you a long list of music genres. Now, to find the actual music, you want to use some copyright-free music website like Pixabay. Once you've opened it up, you want to copy the genre from ChatGPT and paste it into Pixabay. Then, you want to listen through the songs till you have enough to cover the entire video. And please, dear God, do not repeat any soundtracks in your video. It just hurts to see when people actually do this. Your viewers will catch on and just be annoyed. If you want to download them, when you found something on Pixabay, you just want to click on this button to the right and voila! You now have the background music to use in your videos. Once you have them downloaded, we can move on to the final boss of editing. Of course, it's time we put all of this together and actually create our documentary video. Now, I'll do this part in CapCut, but if you're used to using another editing software like Premiere Pro, that works just as fine. The reason I'm using CapCut is mostly because it's free, but it also has tons of pre-made features that makes the editing process a whole lot easier. What we want to do here is have the images go on through the entire video. Then we want to crop out the character and put him on the side of the screen so he's always visible. So once you've opened up CapCut, click on import and upload all the footage. I'll start off by importing the character video, followed by all the visuals. Then you want to select all the visuals and drag them to the timeline like this again. As with the voiceover, make sure they're in the right order. Leaving it like this with a sharp cut between the clips makes it a bit annoying to look at. So to make it smoother, we can add some transitions. What you want to do is click on the button that says transitions in the top left. CapCut literally has hundreds of pre-made transitions you can choose from, but you really want to go with something smooth that's easy for the eye to look at. In other words, not some crazy transition where the entire screen is spinning around. In the document, I've included my favorite transitions, which are basically the only 3 ones I use when creating videos like this. First one's called Blur. Just search for it in this bar right here to find it. Then you want to click on it and drag it between the first 2 clips, and as you can see, it adds this really smooth transition that makes the clips blend together well. The second one's called Mix, which you don't even need to search up. You'll find it right under the trending transitions. Same here, just click on it and drag it between the first 2 clips. If you want want to, you can add the speed of the transition under the text that says duration to the right. I usually set it to around 0.3, which I think looks pretty good, so I'll use this one throughout the entire video. The last one, however, is called fade, and you can just search for it if you want to use it. Now, adding each transition between each clip would literally take forever. So what you want to do is select the transition and click on the button to the right that says apply to all. This way, the same transition will be added automatically between all the clips, which saves you lots of time. Pro tip, you want to drag the character video to the timeline and place it above the visuals. As you can see, the character video and the voiceover is longer than the visuals. To fix this, we'll need to duplicate some of the visuals. To fill it out, I really wouldn't recommend you to do this. Instead, go back to Leonardo and generate more images until you have enough to cover the entire voiceover. Next, we're going to mask out our character. This basically means to cut out a segment of the whole video, which, in this case, is the face of our character. To do this, you want to select the clip of the character and click on the tab that says mask. As you can see, you have these shapes to choose from. I like to use the circular shape, so I'll just click on that, and it'll change the shape of the video into a circle. Now, you just want to adjust the size of the video and place it in one of the corners. To change the size, just select the video, click on basic, and change the scale. I'll set it to around 60 to 70% and place it in the upper right corner. The next step is to add zooms into the visuals. You want to select the clip and click on basic to the right. Next, press this little square next to the scale and set it to 100%. Now, click in the middle and set the scale to 105, and then go to the end and set the scale back to 100%. This will make the cool zoom in animation. Now, you can add this to all of your images or play around and do only a few. It's really up to you how unique you can have it. The next step is to add some effects or filters, if you want to call it that. To do this, you want to click on Effects in the top left and search for one called Noise 2. Once you've found it, click on it and drag it to the timeline. Extend it so that it covers the entire video and places it underneath the character. As you can see, it adds this kind of retro filter that I think looks really good on philosophy-related videos. Feel free to experiment around and add some other effects if you like to. Next, we got to do some color grading. And no, we're not going to do some insane color grading. So all you editors out there watching this, chill out back there, okay? Anyway, click on Adjustment in the top left and then Custom Adjustment Layer. This is basically a layer that allows you to edit the tones and colors of all the layers underneath the adjustment layer. Start off by extending it so that it covers the entire screen. Then you want to move the character above the adjustment layer, since we only want to change the colors of the visuals. Select the adjustment layer, click on Basic to the right, and scroll all the way down to Vignette. Set it at 20, which adds this darkness to the corners and puts much more focus on the center of the screen. Now, scroll up a bit and set Sharpen to around 20 to make it a bit more crispy. And this is really all the color correction I like to do. If you know what you're doing, feel free to add some other adjustments, but otherwise, I'd recommend you just leave it like this. Next, you want to add some captions, which is really easy to do. Just click on Captions on this bar right here and hit Generate. CapCut will then automatically transcribe the video and captions. This is also one of my favorite CapCut features. I don't even know how many times I've used this. Usually it's really good at getting it correct, but I'd still recommend you read them through to make sure there's no mistakes. Once you've read them through, we want to animate them to make them look a bit more engaging. So click on Templates to the right, and you'll have hundreds of pre-made animations to choose from. Many of them you'll only be able to access if you buy CapCut's Pro version, but there's still a few you can get with the free plan. So look through them and pick a template you like. Since we're creating a long-form video, I'd recommend you go with the template that shows more than one word at a time, like this one. These single-word templates are made for higher-paced, short-form content. Once you found one, just click on it, and it'll be applied throughout the entire video. I like the animation of this one, but I think we can make the text look a bit better. If you click on this button that says Basic, you'll be able to edit the look of the text. The first thing I'll do is change the color of the text. I think that looks a bit more professional. Then I'll go on and add this glow effect and decrease the stroke a little bit. Lastly, click on this button next to the text that says Haste and turn all the captions into capital letters. This also just looks a bit more professional for a philosophy video. Done. If you've been paying attention, you probably realized that we haven't made any use of the music we downloaded earlier. So let's add that while we're at it. To make it sound more smooth, drag this little dot to the right to make it fade in. The number you see here is how long the fade in will take. I usually set it to around 2 seconds, nothing too crazy. Then once again, click Basic to the right and adjust the volume. It's super important to do this, otherwise the viewer won't hear the voice. And that's pretty much all the editing we got to do. Pretty simple, huh? So the next step, click on Export in the top right, and you'll be able to choose all of these settings. Since the video will be uploaded on YouTube, you want to set the resolution to 1080p and frame rate to 60 frames per second. To get the best quality, hit Generate and wait a couple of minutes for the video to get exported. The longer the video is, the longer the export will actually take. If it's a super long video, click Export and go eat dinner or whatever. Take a shower. When it's done, just save it to your computer. And now it's time for the front end kind of stuff, the thumbnail. Creating viral thumbnails is a video video topic in itself, but I'll show you my entire blueprint on how to create thumbnails that actually get clicks. I'll go through everything from coming up with ideas, thumbnail types, branding, literally everything that goes into it. When it comes to coming up with ideas, you do not want to try to reinvent the wheel. The odds of you coming up with a new viral thumbnail design that has never been done before are pretty slim, and just going with a proven concept will increase the chances you hit the gold mine. So just copy what already works, try to find patterns in viral thumbnails and replicate them. Remember what Pablo Picasso said, good artists copy, but great artists steal. The first thing you want to do is head over to ChatGPT and ask it to create an image prompt that gives you an eye-catching thumbnail inspired by the video script. ChatGPT will give you the exact prompt you need to create a matching thumbnail for your video. Now just copy the prompt and head over to Leonardo AI. Once you're in, use the same settings as before, then paste the prompt into the prompt box and click generate multiple times, so you have multiple thumbnail options to choose from. And now you've just created thumbnail examples that perfectly match the video you've made. Now, simply choose the one you like the most and download it. Then open up whatever design software of your choice. I'll do this part in Canva since it's free and really intuitive, but Photoshop or anything like that will work fine as well if you have some experience already. So when you're logged in on Canva, you want to click on this button that says Create Design. Here, you'll be able to find templates for pretty much anything social media related, but you want to click on the search bar and type in YouTube thumbnail. Once it pops up, click on it and it'll set the right dimensions for you. If you look to the right, you'll see they have these pre-made templates, but we're going to create our own from scratch. We're original, remember? First things first, go to the left here and click on Uploads. Now press this button that says Upload Files and find the image we downloaded in Leonardo. Once you can see them in this bar to the left, you want to click on the image and drag it onto the screen, like this. As you can see, it doesn't cover the entire screen, so just drag out the corner like this till it does. Next, open the text menu and click on Add a Text Box. Now extend the text section to something like this. In our case, we can type a hooking word that says reality, but feel free to use any hook that you like. Now, open the color picker and set the color to white. Then make the text bigger and position it at the top of the thumbnail. Now, open the font section and choose any font you like. In this case, I will use Archivio Black since I like how it looks. Once that's set, let's make the text a bit better by going ahead and opening the effects menu here. Select the lift effect and set the effect strength 100% for a cleaner look. And just like that, your thumbnail is ready. Now, to export the thumbnail, just click on Share in the top right and then on Download. I'd recommend you export it as a PNG file to make sure you get the best quality. But sometimes YouTube requires smaller files as the thumbnail, so you might be needing to export it as a JPEG. Now click on Download. Our video is created, thumbnails are done, and all that's left to do is upload the video. A lot of channels just upload the video without knowing what they're doing and miss out on a ton of views. I'll show you the exact strategy I'm using when uploading my videos to come up with titles, descriptions, keywords, and even what settings to use. First thing you want to do is open up your YouTube channel and click on Create in the top right. Then click on Upload Video and choose the file you downloaded from CapCut. Coming up with titles, descriptions, and all that stuff by yourself is really hard. So I like to use vidIQ. It's basically an AI software that creates all these things for you. So head over to vidIQ and sign up for an account. It's free, of course. Then you want to click on Coach to the left. In this prompt box right here, you want to describe your video topic and ask it to give you a description filled with keywords related to your niche. Generate, and it'll give you a topic, description, and keywords. Now just copy it and paste it into YouTube. Disclaimer though, I would always recommend you do look at competitors, and if they have any specific proven title format, then just go with that. But if not, and you're satisfied with the vidIQ title and description, just copy them. Go back to YouTube and paste it in the different fields. Then, once that's done, scroll down a bit till you find this text that says playlist. You always want to have your videos inside of a playlist to make it easier for the viewer to find your other videos. In this case, if we created more videos in the same niche, it'll make it a lot easier for the viewer to find it. If it's in the same playlist, it actually makes a bigger difference than you think, because if you find a video you like, oftentimes you just continue watching the same stuff, and having a playlist will make it easy for the viewer to just kind of continue watching. To create one, click on Create Playlist and give it a name, and it'll be added to our new playlist. Then you want to press No under Altered Content. I know we're using AI, but we're not doing anything like making it look like a real person is saying something they aren't. Then you want to scroll down to Tags, and here we can actually just use the keywords from vidIQ. So go back to the vidIQ website, copy the keywords, and paste them into YouTube. By adding these to our video, we'll get better SEO and show up when people are searching for any of these words, both on Google and the YouTube search feature. Here, you want to upload the thumbnail we created in Canva. Once you've posted a couple of videos, you want to start adding end screens, which are basically recommendations at the end to watch one of your other videos. To do this, you want to click on end screen, and you'll be able to link your other videos so that the viewer can easily move from one to the next one. Now click on the tab that says visibility and make sure it's set to public. Lastly, you want to hit upload, and that's pretty much all that goes into it. So now all you got to do is repeat the same process and find yourself a posting schedule you can stay consistent with too. There's really no right amount of times you need to post every week. You just got to find what works for you. I try to stick to one video a week, but if you can do more than that, that's also great. The important thing is you always prioritize quality before quantity. Don't stress the process only to post more. Focus on improving the quality of each video and you'll see much better results in the long run. But now, onto the last part of this free course. By the way, guys, if you found this little video helpful so far, feel free to join my free community. It doesn't cost anything, and I can actually help you guys out a lot more in there since it's easier to chat and stuff. Also, once again, if you're interested in getting pre-monetized YouTube channels, just check out monetized profiles in the description. If you actually use my discount code, it supports me a lot and helps me make longer, more in-depth videos like this. So how do you actually make money from this channel? There are mainly three ways you can monetize your channel. First, obviously being ad revenue, the money you make from advertisers showing their ad before and during your video. The way this works is that YouTube will pay you an RPM, revenue per milla. This is basically the amount of money YouTube is paying you per 1,000 views, and this number can vary anywhere between 1 cent to $100 depending on your niche. What you'll make is hard to know beforehand, but it all has to do with your niche and where your audience is from. If all your viewers are from third world countries like India, you'll have a pretty low RPM, but if your viewers are from first world countries, let's say the United States, you're more likely to have a higher RPM. But honestly, if you do this correctly, ad revenue should be your least profitable. Instead, you should focus on monetizing your audience in other ways. One of the most common ways channels are making money outside of ad revenue is from affiliate marketing. These are links in the description that lead to some kind of product page, and if someone buys something through their link, that channel gets a commission for that sale. For example, the links you see under this video are affiliate links. So let's say you get a subscription on any of the software used in this video. I'll make a small commission. I try to only hook you guys up with free websites, but some do require subscriptions. So affiliate marketing is a great way for your viewers to support the channel while they're buying something they would buy either way. So win-win. Now, let's say we wanted to affiliate a product for the channel we've created in this video. That could be something like a philosophy book about mind or whatever, or literally anything in that style. Usually it's really easy to sign up for affiliate programs. Most companies even have a way to do it right on their website. Now, the last and probably most profitable way to monetize your audience is through digital products. Basically a product you create once and can sell unlimited amounts of times. Some examples of digital products are editing templates, courses, ebooks, and stuff like that. Maybe for this channel, we could create some kind of philosophy course where we really dive deep into specific mind tricks. It might sound like shit, but I'm trying to give you the right way to think. You want to create a product that meets your audience's demand, something that saves them time or solves some kind of problem they have. What you can do is look at the comments of your videos and figure out what your viewers really care about that way. And yeah, that's the entire blueprint from start to finish on how I create monetizable, faceless YouTube automation channels. We've gone through everything from coming up with topics, creating the actual videos, thumbnail design, search engine optimization, and finally, how to monetize your channel. If you got any value from this video, drop me a comment letting me know what you want to see next. And of course, press the subscribe button. Anyways, that's it for this video. See ya.